Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
It's been a month since the Taliban took power in Afghanistan. On this show, we've given you a blow-by-blow account of how it played out. Tonight, we want to focus on what this means for India. A triple whammy. That's what it means for India. That's what India is bracing for. Pakistan, China and the Taliban are joining hands. Together they form the new axis of evil, and India is preparing to deal with this combined challenge. This is not a hypothetical scenario anymore. This is what they call a clear and present danger. Let me tell you what's happening. First, the Taliban, a bunch of regressive radicals. They won Kabul and now they talk about Kashmir. Taliban leaders say they want to quote-unquote raise their voice for Kashmiri Muslims. Who appointed them as Kashmir spokespersons? They did it themselves. And other terror groups, the Taliban's friends and partners like the Al-Qaeda, are warming up to the idea of a new campaign on Kashmir. India must be on alert. Then we come to Pakistan, the masterminds of the global terrorist game. They're firing propaganda missiles now, trying to malign and divide India. We'll give you the latest examples of what they're up to. The third challenge is China, with its military games on the border and its eyes on Arunachal Pradesh. An old article is going viral in China. It says Beijing will take Taiwan by 2025 and Arunachal Pradesh by 2040. Is it a coincidence that this is being circulated now? We'll discuss all three challenges in detail and why India cannot afford to ignore any one of them. The nature of these threats may seem different, but their goals are the same. One, to keep India engaged and distracted with unnecessary border disputes. Two, to provide momentum to separatist and divisive elements. And three, to hurt India's reputation abroad. How should New Delhi plan to deal with this new axis of evil? India needs a three-pronged plan. One is to militarily be prepared, a comprehensive military plan to defend against security threats. Two, leverage to protect its interests in the region. And three, engagement with global partners to stop the crisis in Afghanistan from spilling over. It is still early days, but India is already working on all these three levels. Let me tell you what New Delhi has been up to. First, the military response. Indian security forces will now be specially trained to fight the Taliban, we are told. Forces involved in counter-terrorism operations will get this special training. What will this entail? These soldiers will be briefed about the Taliban's leadership, their modus operandi. They will work, how they work and how they fight. All of this will be told to Indian forces. Who will get this training? The Border Security Forces, Central Reserve Police Force, state police units, and all forces basically involved in counter-terrorism operations. So Indian forces are getting battle ready. What about leverage? How does India propose to gain and use it? The biggest asset for New Delhi is its support to democracy in Afghanistan. Even after the Taliban's takeover, India is supporting and calling for an inclusive government in Kabul, one that represents all sections of the Afghan society. India is supporting Afghans, giving visas to those who want to leave. Around 25 to 30,000 visa applications are being considered. 4,000 have already been granted. Scores were rescued during the evacuation operations, including Afghan lawmakers and members of the minority community. All of these moves make India an important stakeholder in Afghanistan's future. Then we come to the third part of India's strategy, engagement with the global community. It's an undeniable fact that all key stakeholders in the region and beyond are working closely with India. They see India as part of the solution. Last week, we saw several high-level exchanges. Spy chiefs from the US, the UK and Russia were in Delhi to discuss what was happening in Kabul. India also hosted the BRICS summit, where it pushed the New Delhi Declaration. It backs India's stand on Afghanistan. All BRICS leaders agreed that Afghanistan should not become a terror sanctuary. These engagements will continue in the coming weeks. The new foreign minister of Iran is expected to visit India later this month. Reports say that Tehran wants New Delhi to play a bigger role in Afghanistan, and India is assessing the threats and opportunities that this situation presents. It won't be easy. The odds are stacked against New Delhi, but it's moving fast to neutralize this new axis of evil. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.